Hello, my name is Doug Jefferson, and this is my Module 1 for School Law. Starting off, a little bit about myself. This is my 20th year of teaching at Augusta High School, and I have coached and served on numerous committees and multiple sports. Just this past month, we up and moved, so this is kind of chaotic between classes and everything else with our kids are involved with during the summer. So we moved 10 miles away to Andover. My kids go to school at Andover Central. My wife teaches at Andover Central. This is her 15th year and is getting a little hectic being in Augusta and driving 10 miles for every single practice and everything else. So we finally made the decision and we moved. And the biggest reason I'm looking for this certification is after being in education for 19 years, our administrators, which I've had great ones, by the way, that I'll talk about here in a little bit, but they're starting to retire. And our school has been great. That's the reason I've been there for 19 years. And I really want to see it continue to improve and expand in terms of educational programs and other opportunities. And I think I would be a good decision maker. That's why I'm seeking my principal certification. So it's time to do something different. Instead of taking orders, I guess I'm ready to be the one giving orders. So our work environment there, like I mentioned a little bit ago, in the 19 years that I've been at Augusta High School, we've only had 3 principals, and all but one of them has been promoted from within. They've all had different styles, and they've all been looked at differently by both the staff and the student population in general. But overall, there have been no major issues. The crises that have come up, they've handled really well, so I've learned different things from all 3 principals that I've been around. They've all been positive in terms of whenever the state decides to do something different. So whenever a procedure is being changed or a certain rule, they just give us the facts. They tell us why we need to do it and how it's going to help our school. And I think by all 3 of them over the years putting a positive spin on most of the changes that have come our way in education, it helps the faculty out. It kind of puts them at ease a little bit, and they've all laid it out very well in what we're going to be doing, and we've just run with it. Since I've been there, again, each one's been different. They have all implemented new programs, whether it's to reward the kids, which is what most of the programs with our current principals going through, or educational programs. They've all had goods and bads to them, pros and cons. Some have worked better than others. The ones that are still around, obviously, were the ones that are working. Right now, our principal does several new things about promoting being to school on time. We're a low socioeconomic school or district, so we're trying to prevent tardies and truancies. So she has a pizza party with the principal. She also has a no tardy party. So lots of good programs that she's implemented, and for the most part I think they've helped. The kids enjoy getting free pop, they enjoy getting free ice cream, and just hanging around our principal and assistant principal. And like I said, we're in a great district, and we've been very lucky with our students and the population in general. Personal knowledge. I usually don't look ahead and don't know the changes that are coming down the line until our administration, whether it's at the beginning of school and our first meeting back or somewhere later on in the school year. But I usually don't know about changes or programs that are coming our way until they tell us that they're coming our way. However, once they're implemented, I abide by them. We just implemented the AVID program This will be our second year with it, and it's expanding. Our middle schools had it, so we started with the middle school. And once those kids who had been in it for 2 years worked their way up to the high school, we started that program last year. So this is our second year with the program, and we're already having to find another teacher to teach Avid because it's expanding so much. So we're going to have an Avid teacher for the freshmen and an Avid teacher for the sophomores. Another thing that's come about, and our counselors have done a great job with this, was the career pathways. We implemented that in seminar, which is at the end of our day, and some of the teachers weren't happy with it, but we all jumped on board and realized it's a program that the state's implementing to help students find where they want to go in the future. Finally, basically, I want to increase my knowledge about school law, and a lot of it's going to come through this class, the observations that I'm going to do with my administrators, and also sitting down and discussing with them certain changes that are taking place, what our district does in certain situations. And usually the way our school does it is kind of in Kansas. The school district that's looked upon is the Blue Valley School District. Now they have a lot different demographic than us, but usually Blue Valley will implement some programs, then Andover, which is 10 minutes away from us, implements very similar programs because they have a similar demographic of students. And we kind of tweak it to, if it's working for those two districts, we tweak it a little bit and try to make it work for ours because of our socioeconomic level. It's different than both Blue Valley and Andover. And then programs and prevention strategies, especially this last year with the school shootings, should you practice those situations, should you not? We just need to find some common ground and something that doesn't intimidate the kids, intimidate the parents, because I know a lot of districts or several districts around us tried doing this and they had a hard time with it because the parents were upset with what was being taught. So yes, we need to change some things. We always want our students to be safe. However, we don't want to have the parents feel like they're left out, and they need to be okay with the programs too. But we probably need to do something at Augusta High School to be a little more detailed and a little more in depth. Thank you. Looking forward to this class, and that's all I have.